Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to achieve financial freedom. So I went through this journey about 5+ years ago. At this stage, we actually have roughly about $500,000 invested in our ETF account or so. So in order for us to achieve financial freedom, there are a couple of points, let's say. Some of them is kind of simple, but it is hard to do. So for example, paying off debt. I remember the day when I actually have debt, it was a little bit a struggle. Every week, every month, every paycheck, I have to pay that debt, especially consumer debt, using a credit card also. That wasn't really fun when I have to pay off debt. These days, I rather earn interest instead of paying interest. Now, invest whatever you can with your money. Invest on something that makes sense to you, that can create a vehicle that can earn more money. Like for us, it does. In the beginning, we don't know anything. We just started with micro investing, and then we started from micro investing to, I guess, individual share, let's say. And then from there, we realized that I want to do an ETF or a pool of fund. That's why I chose ETF. Avoid debt in any way possible. This is including your home mortgage if you are paying off a mortgage. So we did both ways. Let's say, with extra excess income that we have, we split it into half. Half of them goes to paying off a mortgage, and half of them is going towards investment or so. So build emergency funds is also the key, especially if you have your own home. You really need to have an emergency fund. We used to live in an apartment where we don't have to do a lot of repair as much inside our property. However, now we're living in a house. I realized that I have to be the strata manager, let's say. So we kind of realized that you still need to have some sort of emergency fund or sinking fund to build in your system, even though you're living in a different area or different stages in life or so. Be financial disciplined. I remember when I first started this, I have no idea what I was doing. And then, I have money control me instead of me controlling money. These days, we're sort of like a little bit of 50-50. At this time anyway, I still feel like the money is controlling me instead of me controlling the money, because I still have to work and I still have to earn a wage somewhere. Invest in your future. Looking at our ETF account, for example, we're looking at this in a long term, where, what does it look like in about 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years from now? We're in our 40s at the moment, early 40s. So in about 10 years time, we'll be on our early 50s, and hopefully within that time frame, it would have enough to support us for the rest of our life. Formulating a budget or spending plan. This is kind of hard to do because if you're not used to it, it makes it hard for people out there to understand, or if you haven't conditioned yourself a certain way, it makes it hard for you to activate that system in place. There's a lot of friction involved when we first start doing this, but if you get used to it, if you already follow through, work it out based on your own style. There's no perfect style doing this. I'm the old school on a spreadsheet type of style. Maybe some people prefer a lot more advanced using some sort of app, but I'm trying to keep it simple. So yeah, with everything that we purchase goes into that spreadsheet, and that's how I do it. Some people prefer on a piece of paper or on an app base, or a lot more sophisticated, but I'm trying to make it simple. Whatever works for you guys. Live below your mean. For us, we always do that, and we still do live below our mean. If we cannot afford it and we don't have the cash, we do not borrow money, and we don't use a credit card. We always go anything buying in cash. Check your spending. These days, I've realized that majority of merchants out there, they automatically add a a couple of dollars when you're using your phone or you're using your card. What I realize now is that, okay, then in order for me to track my spending, I always ask, it might be a little bit unusual. I always ask the merchant at the checkout, do you have a surcharge if you use a credit card? Yes, I do. If you do, great. I'm using cash instead. So I always carry cash around, because if they charge a fee for us using a debit card, no thank you, I'd rather use a cash. So yes, it is inconvenient using a cash, the fact that you have to carry around cash and you get coins back, but hey, it avoids all of the fees. Little fees here and there will mean a lot, 1% here, 1% there. So especially if you do multiple taps or so. Amplify your income and learn to earn an income somehow outside of your job, and hopefully with that income you can utilize that to better yourself, as in don't spend it, actually maybe paying off bills first if you don't have any, or build your emergency fund if your emergency fund is a little bit low, and then invest them if you have a surplus income. Become financial literate. The amount of books, the amount of audio books that I listen to over the years, it's stagnated. I was amazed on how many books that I actually read. I kind of do miss that, because these days I actually work from home, whereas usually I work on the road, where it takes me about an hour drive somewhere to one place to another, and when that happens, I can listen to about 2 hours, an hour there, an hour back worth of information. I do kind of miss that. So chart your financial freedom. I actually have a board now, like a weekly board, a daily board, and a monthly board. So in that monthly board, just track out, okay, then what does it look like at the current stage for the whole entire day or a month, as a vision board, let's say. And then I actually have a chart where it's actually going to go, okay, then at the moment it's 500, and in increments of $10,000, when is it going to hit in order for us to achieve that FIRE number. And the other one would be monitor your credit. For me, it's not much monitoring of my credit, more like monitoring my expenses, because I don't really look at my credit score, because I don't look at getting any loan anytime soon. But for some, if you're thinking of getting like a house or something like that aspect, you might want to consider monitor your credit. Set a goal. For example, this year we want our investment portfolio increased by another $100,000. So how do I go that backward? Okay, so it works out to be, if it's $120,000, let's say $10,000 a month. Let's say based on $10,000 a month, so that's about $2,500 a week or so. Let's say if I just drop that down to about $2,000 a week, so that's $8,000 a month. We should be in track between about $100,000 to $120,000 per year, our investment. So build multiple stream of income. Like this YouTube channel is probably one of them, but I do try other aspects here and there. I do have a mentoring program. If you want to know how I built myself to this stage, figure out also pay yourself first. This is a bit hard for some people, because usually when an income coming in, it automatically got taken out from other expenses. For example, would be your rent, this bill, that bill, every single week, and at the end of that you don't have any more leftovers. For me, it's actually the other way around. I had to switch from that mentality to a mentality of, okay, then what if I pay myself first? Let's say if I pay $100, that goes towards my investment or towards my saving, or if not, emergency fund, whatever it is. I just pay myself first, and then the rest of them can be divided to whatever bills or lifestyle creep that comes with it. So hopefully that helps you in any way possible when it comes to how to achieve financial freedom. We're nearly there. We're about, I guess, in a sense, 50% there, 50 something percent there. And yeah, if it helps you in any way possible, don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys. I'll be muchly appreciated. Talk to you on the next video. Bye.